I never have any luck going to Barnes & Noble, but at 8 o'clock on a weeknight, these are just sitting here like this. Looks like we're going home with Optic. Let's do this. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. We have some more Optic today. I was able to find these boxes at Barnes & Noble. These are the same distribution as Target, so they are the Target variations. These mega boxes were $64.99. I think we've all seen these by now, so we are looking for, of course, the Downtowns, Downtown Legends, the Duos, Uptowns. If we're lucky enough, a numbered Uptown, but I didn't want to go too crazy with the mega boxes, so I only grabbed one. I did grab 3 of these blasters. We're only going to be ripping 2 because we did rip one off camera, and my son was able to pull a pretty nice card, which it's in the background there and covered up. We'll get to it at the end of the video, but these were $34.99. Again, same thing. We're looking for the case hits. These do have the pink parallels in them. And from what I've seen, I think the blasters are probably the way to go, just because they are cheaper at MSRP. And it seems like there's a lot more, the case hit inserts coming out of these compared to the mega boxes. Now, that might just be because there's more of them normally in a case or on a rack, but either way, let's have some fun. I love ripping Optic. It is extremely hard to find in my area, so when I do see it, I tend to grab it. And these 3 boxes are just kind of icing on the cake after what we were able to pull in the box off camera. So, got Chris Braswell with our first pink. Corum there on the back. So yeah, hopefully we can pull something, crazy out of one of these 3 boxes, because then it just adds into kind of what we were able to pull. But it is nice knowing going into these boxes that we were already able to hit a banger. We got a Marshawn Lloyd with the primary colors, Joe Alt on the back of that pack. I'm still on the hunt for the Optic mega boxes from Walmart or Maye, which sells the same ones, but I've still yet to see them. Every time they put them on the shelf, I'm pretty sure the same guy grabs everything that they put up there. Got a Geno Smith. Got a Hutch here with our hollow. We'll definitely take that, being a Lions fan. This one seems a little thicker, so I think this one has a napkin swatch in it. Hopefully it can be one of those numbered ones. We will find out. Let's see what we have here. We got a Josh Jacobs on top, and it is a Xavier Legette. First year fresh. Nice line going through it. Don't know how it got there, considering it is not from any specific game or event. Nice line from the factory, most likely. Let me know down in the comments, have you been able to find Optic at the stores around you, or is it still really hard to find like it is around me? Unfortunately, the value of a lot of the parallels have gone way down since the time of dropping, which it is expected, but I mean, they've fallen pretty far just because I think everybody is trying to rip pretty much as much Optic as possible. Nice napkin swatch there. See what else we can find in this first blaster box. So far, nothing crazy. An Isaiah Pacheco, Jalen Carter, Kyler Murray. Braden Fisk on the back. Select should be dropping at the retail level relatively soon. I don't know for sure when it's out, but the hobby boxes and first off the line boxes are out. A Bucky Irving there with our last pink. Darius Robinson on the back. So nothing too crazy in that first blaster. Hopefully the second one can be better. Yeah, I was really shocked to see these at Barnes & Noble. Again, there really wasn't much other than these Optic boxes sitting on the shelf. And for them to be there so late in the night, I would assume that they had just been put out there. But it's definitely a first time I've found anything decent at the Barnes & Noble near me. It seems to get hit really quick. Got a Malik Neighbors here. Our first pink in our second box. Another Darius Robinson there on the back. We'll take a Malik. Again, I think these pink parallels, the value of them has fallen quite a bit. So most of these cards are worth a few bucks, nothing more. But it still would be nice to find a Jayden. Haven't really found a parallel. Well, we'll take a Brian Thomas Jr. It's not too bad. Malachi Corley on the back of that one. Yeah, out of all the football we've ripped, we haven't really pulled too many Jayden parallels. Even base cards of him been relatively hard to come by, at least on our end. So, oh, and we do have a fire emoji. It is a vet, black and white border, so it looks like Raiders. We have a Christian Wilkins fire emoji, a little off-centered. Jalen Hurts behind him, but we'll definitely take that. I think the fire emojis, the rockets, I think they're still considered case hits. I'm not a Raiders fan. Not really the player we're looking for, but anytime you see one of these, never a bad thing. Again, a little off-centered. It's been kind of a common theme with most of the parallels that we've been pulling lately out of Optic. But we will take it. See what else we can find in the rest of this blaster. A Dak on front, Tony Pollard, Johnny Wilson with the pink, Jermaine Burton. Is Jermaine Burton still in the NFL? I know the Bengals kind of gave him an ultimatum. If you're a Bengals fan, let me know. I know he had kind of a falling out with the team. The best tutties there. Bo Nix on the back of this one. Last pack of our blasters here. Let's see what else we can find. Not really been anything too crazy, even though we were able to pull the fire emoji. Got a Pacheco, Danny Dimes, Jace McClellan with our pink, and a Latu on the back of that one. Yeah, so again, wrong player with the fire emoji, but still nice to pull one. But let's get into our mega box. See what we can find. We only grabbed one. Again, there were 4 or 5 of these on the shelf. There were 3 blasters. We took the blasters and 1 mega box, left the rest of the mega boxes. Even though we did pull the Jordan Love Downtown out of a mega box, the cost is just, it's a weird one. It's too much, I think. You know, considering you're only getting 3 rated rookie parallels, you know, if you're trying to shoot for the case hit inserts, you know, I think your best route to go is buying a handful of blasters and taking multiple shots instead of buying 1 or 2 mega boxes. But just my thoughts. Let me know down in the comments what you think. You do get a lot more base in these packs. Got a DeMarcus Lawrence with the retro. Jamari Thrash. Will Shipley on the back of that one. I do wish in the Target version of the blasters, they would have done something different than just the pink parallels. The pink just seems too plain. Looks like we have a green hyper in this pack. We have an AJ Barner. Yeah, I think these just look a lot better than kind of just the regular pink parallels. I think the Walmarts have the purple shocks, the hyper blues or the blue hypers. I just think the pinks are a little too plain. But moving on, got a Chris Olave. We have a Vidal with our second green hyper. Definitely not hitting on our rated rookie parallels. And we did get the Brian Thomas and the Malik, but that's about it so far. The Keenan Allen, Cortland Sutton, Juju, TJ Hawkinson, another Chris Braswell, Malik there, Cade Otton on the back. Yeah, hopefully we can find something in one of these last two packs. But again, we do have a rocket emoji. Let's see what we have here. Roquan Smith, Jalen Ramsey, and we have a Devin Culp. Man, this one's off-centered too. Look at this thing. Now, what is up with all of the parallels we're pulling are just really off-centered. Light it up, Tyreek. Roman there on the back. Yeah, definitely cool that we pulled a rocket emoji, but we've not been so lucky on, the player or really the quality of these parallels, because this one is just a little to the left.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Either way, still a cool card. The back is not nearly as off-centered as the front. But yeah, I think the rocket ship is also considered a case hit, so technically it's 2 case hits, just the wrong players. But see what we can find in our last pack here. It does have our napkin swatch, a CMC, and it looks like a Marshawn Lloyd rookie phenom. See what this bad boy looks like. Tyler Nubin there. They're hollow. Not bad for a $2-3 card. I mean, if that. Not a bad looking card if you're a Packers fan, but let me sleeve these up and we will go over what we pulled out of our boxes here. All right, let's take a quick look and see what we were able to pull. Nothing really too crazy. We were able to pull the fire emoji, the rocket ship emoji parallels. They just weren't the right player, unfortunately. Did get the Brian Thomas and Malik there, which were probably the 2 highlights of the 3 boxes. But like I said earlier in the video, we did buy 3 blasters. We ended up ripping one off camera at my kitchen counter, and my son was lucky enough to pull a Bo Nix Uptown, which it's one of the 2 guys that he was hoping for, which is absolutely crazy. It's a really cool looking insert. I was kind of skeptical about them. I know the prices of these have absolutely plummeted since they kind of debuted. But either way, awesome pull. Nice work, buddy. It was one of those things where, it was just an awesome experience, especially because it's one of the guys he collects, and it's one of the cards he was kind of hoping for going into opening up that box. So overall, like I said, I could really care less what came out of the other 3 boxes, just because that first one, minus, what the card is worth, it was definitely just an experience that I really wouldn't trade for anything. So let me know your thoughts. Have you found any Optic? Have you gotten lucky and ran into any of these boxes on the shelf? If so, what's your best pull? If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. If you have, it is much appreciated. And as always, good luck breaking.